Claude, can you put a calendar invite for dinner on Friday at 6 p.m. So you'll now see that Claude has set up a calendar invite for you. So really quickly, easy. It's actually quite hard to set up. Something as simple as Google Calendar or Gmail and integrate it with Claude Code. And so I'm going to go through that video today and show you step by step how you can do that. Then you can kind of see how you can use Claude Code to schedule events for you, read your emails, send emails on your behalf, or just draft up an email so that you can review before actually sending out the email. And so now we're going to go into setting that up. We're going to first go into Chrome and search for GWS GitHub, which is Google Workspace. And you can use this at work or at your company if your IT team has set it up, or you can work with them to set it up. But if you're going to do this personally, which you can get a lot of value from as well, you go to this GitHub, and then we could install this manually, but I'll walk you through how you might install it with Claude Code. So first, we're just going to ask it, help me install. And so here you'll see that it's installed it. Now we can use it. And the way that you would set it up for this demo video, we're going to use the manual OAuth one, and it is not super intuitive, and so we might run into issues, but then we'll just ask Claude to help resolve that for us. How do I install and authenticate using the manual OAuth? Walk me through step by step. And then when we're in this window here, we'll have to set up a Google Cloud console and project. So we'll do command click. It'll take us to this window, and then we're gonna basically go into our accounts, go scroll down, click agree. So this is exactly what you would do as well. And then for the project name, we're just gonna call it exactly what Claude tells us to do. And then we're gonna create. And at any point in time, I do this all the time, there are some fields in here where I'm not exactly sure what to input. I'll take a screenshot and ask Claude, what should I name this? And then we have that substitute number right here. And then we'll substitute that project ID into all these other links here. And so what I'll do instead, this project ID, I'll give this to Claude Code. Can you give me updated links to now set it up with this ID? And then this way, this will save us time so we don't have to manually input that in every single time. I'll hold command, click on it, and then I will enable the Google Drive, and then I'll go back in here, and then I'll enable the Gmail, go back into the terminal window here, do the same thing for calendar, sheets. So now that we have the client ID, we're going to download the JSON. And obviously, I'm going to blank all this out because this is specific to my account and I don't want other people to use it. And then I see here it is, download JSON. Not obvious, didn't see it. Common thing that you might run into as well. Okay, now I have the JSON, now what? You can now just ask Claude step by step what to do. So Claude found it. Claude will move it over to the right place. Okay, so now the client secret's installed and Google Workspace recognized it. So it looks like it's working. So Claude was taking a long time. And so I actually stopped it and asked it, is it stuck? Sometimes they will require inputs, and oftentimes Claude might not be able to see that. And then I will now hold down command, click on the link. It'll prompt me to this new window. And then this is the other really tricky part. They make this really difficult. You'll go advanced and you'll go to the local unsafe. And it's a little bit counterintuitive, but you'll go through this entire process even though it's unsafe. It's your own application that's set up in Google Cloud, so it will be safe. Just make sure you don't share any of those secrets to anyone outside your machine. Can you test it to see if it works for me? And then we're done with the first hurdle code. And the next one would be setting it up with the right skill. So now, can you read the skills in this repo and help figure out which ones I want and need? I only need Google Calendar, Gmail. So a brief description on what skills are. And a skill is just a reusable workflow or runbook that teaches your agent how to do something so that it doesn't need to remember it each time. And like, for example, if I start saying create a Google Calendar invite, it will automatically trigger a skill and it'll teach Claude how to use this tool specifically for the purpose of whatever you're trying to do. And so I'll really quickly show you once you set up Claude. Hey Claude, can you find my most recent email with the title dinner? And obviously if you have a specific request or search, or you know that you got something in the past about dinner, you'll be able to give this exact query to Claude. And so here you'll see that, okay, I got this out. And so, hey Claude, can you put a calendar invite for dinner on Friday at 6 p.m. and then draft an email back to Andy to reschedule to 6 p.m. on Friday instead. And then here you'll see that my calendar is empty right now, but once we ask Claude to do this, Claude will basically use a different skill of teaching it how to use the calendar tool, and then it will create a calendar invite. So you'll now see that Claude has set up a calendar invite for you. So really quickly, easy. So that's the workflow. We started with Claude Code reading my email and creating an event on my calendar based off that email, and then also drafting up an email for me to review first, and then only after I approve that, sending that email on my behalf. And so the big point here is that Claude can